remember seeing your faces on the news or anybody talking to you, so I guess let's just start with that. You guys knew him best.
Dang, I never seen these people. Now they're coming out of the woodworks. Man, is anybody else feeling the anticipation for this? Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. In today's episode, I'll be reacting to Candace Owens' new film, The Greatest Lie Ever Told. Now, many of you really loved the Matt Walsh trailer reaction that I did, so I figured, heck, why don't we do another one? But before we jump into this, as always, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Share this link with your friends and family all over social media. With that being said, let's jump into it.
Marking, 5, take 1.
This was the second time he exhibited that behavior, 11 months earlier.
Mark.
I've never been so hurt inside.
Mike's pleasure, you want to see?
Yeah.
And even as I'm speaking to you right now, it's starting to come back.
This is an autonomous zone.
Whoa. Luke. I'm sorry, I was like, the anticipation, folks, is building here.
23 out of 24 hours in his cell. No TV, no magazines, no books, no nothing.
So anytime a customer brings a counterfeit bill, and you see we have plenty of them, we tell them, hey, this is counterfeit. If the customer insists, then we call the police.
How did you feel watching the trial?
I thought it was a sham.
All right, so I just want to start it with just you stating your name for the record, as well as your professional background.
I have been a police officer in the state of Minnesota for almost 4 decades.
Forensic criminologist and certified medical investigator and police practices expert.
There's some good moments here. It's like we lived together almost, I guess, it was about 4.5 years, almost 5 years.
So you guys, in many ways, were some of the people that were the closest to him. And I don't remember seeing your faces on the news or anybody talking to you, so I guess let's just start with that. You guys knew him best.
Dang, I never seen these people. Now they're coming out of the woodworks. Man, is anybody else feeling the anticipation for this? Can we just give it up for the Daily Wire, folks? Can we go over there and make sure that we show them some love by subscribing? But hey, folks, we got to show the Bald Brad Show some love too. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button.
So, who was George Floyd?
Dang.
She's right. We haven't told our side of the story. Maybe it's time for us to tell our story, you know?
Let's go! Tell that side, baby. Tell that side. I can't wait. And you know what? This hype's been building ever since Candace Owens went to the property of, I believe it was the Black Lives Matter founder. And the lady went on Instagram, was like, she's harassing me, she confronted me, and all these things. And Candace is like, yeah, lady, we got video cameras, man. Nobody's attacking you. And then she released it, meaning Candace Owens, and look, she just knocked on the person's door, was like, hey, is anybody there? Oh no, okay, and she left. So look, this whole George Floyd, Black Lives Matter stuff was manipulated by the media. It was made out to be something it wasn't. Nobody agrees that that officer should have done what he did, okay? But a lot of it, I think, was really fluffed up by the media. And now you got Candace Owens doing yeoman's work with the Daily Wire, coming out, finding the true story on what's going on with George Floyd. And folks, if you know anything about George Floyd and you've seen the stuff that that man did, resisting arrest, not getting in the police vehicle, told numerous times to get in, was willing to accommodate his demands and what he wanted so he would just get in there, was on drugs, tried to give somebody counterfeit money, which you just saw. That doesn't mean that he should have died, but there was a lot of stuff going on at the trial as far as how he died. Was it in fact a police officer? I personally don't think so. I think a lot of it had to do with what drugs were in his system, and he had a lethal dose of what was in his system. But it's not going to stop the left. It's not going to stop Black Lives Matter from coming out and pushing an agenda, creating an entire autonomous zone that you couldn't go into. People being shot. There's a lot of drug usage going on, all sorts of stuff. Can you imagine being a resident in that area? Could you imagine being a business owner in that area when it was shut down? Nobody can go in and out. Great book on this. I really want to highlight this book. It's called Unmasked: by Andy No. He goes in there, infiltrates it. He does a lot of great journalism work here, something you're not going to see CNN do. You're not going to see MSNBC. And quite frankly, honestly, you're not really going to see even Fox News do. These mainstream media outlets aren't willing to do journalism anymore, where he goes in and he risks his life, quite literally, on getting all the scoop on what Black Lives Matter was doing, what Antifa was doing during all this stuff, these protests with chalk, the autonomous zone. Folks, it is 100% worth a read. He shows you the manuals that these people do in trainings, because you got the media coming out and saying this is a fictitious group. It's not real. You got Joy Behar on The View saying idiotic stuff like that, which I go, no shock, but I just can't hype it up enough. It was a great read. It was a quick read. So again, that's Andy No's book, Unmasked. You can pick it up at any Barnes & Nobles, Amazon. But let's, again, show the Daily Wire some love. Like I said on Matt Walsh's trailer reaction video, if there's no reason to go subscribe to the Daily Wire, this should give you one right here, because Candace Owens is going to expose the truth of Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd case. And again, that doesn't mean that you have to disagree or agree with certain elements, but I think there's a lot of things that were held back from what the media was and wasn't telling us. And I think everybody would agree, and quite frankly, the left and right should agree on that. The media have an agenda, folks. They have a massive agenda. And like we just talked about on last night's episode with Elon Musk voting Republican, that agenda is being exposed. You have a lot of people being red-pilled. And if you don't know what red pill is when finally reality is brought to you. You had been living in a fictitious, fake world, and now when somebody brings to light certain evidence, when somebody brings to light certain information, now you can't unsee what you just saw, and now you finally have come to the light, right? You can finally see what reality really looks like, and I believe that's what the Daily Wire is doing. I think that's what Candace Owens is doing. I think that's what Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Andrew Klavan. The right is finally red-pilling a lot of people on the left, and Elon Musk is the most recent one. With him voting Republican now, even though he's a registered independent, he will be voting Republican. So again, the right has been where it's at. The center's been where it's at. It's the Democrats, the progressive left, that gone so far off the radar. They've gone so far off the freaking reservation that you got people now that had never voted Republican in their life now voting Republican. This is all creating a red wave, a freaking tsunami. You gotta love it, folks. Again, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Share this link with your friends and family all over social media. And folks, if you want to see more of this, let me know down below. And I will see you later here on The Bald Brad Show.